everyone, and welcome to the MySpace podcast. I'm your host, Miley, and today I will be reviewing the book Dream by the Shadows by Logan Karlie. So, let's get into it. This is the first book of the Shadow Weaver's duology. I don't know when the second book is coming out, so I'll read it whenever I get it. I give this book a 4 out of 5. I was more lenient because I'm pretty sure, like 99.999%, that this is the author's first published book. So, as you write and stuff, you get better and you grow and stuff. So, this is her first book, so it's not going to be amazing. It's not going to be great. So, yeah, 4 out of 5. Like, it wasn't amazing, but I saw the potential. I saw where it could go. And I see all those possibilities. There were a lot of plot holes and other things. But, yeah. Still think it's good. It can grow. It has the potential to grow. POV. This is first person, and I believe it's all in Esmer's point of view, the main character. Genre. Fantasy, romance, gothic, somewhat enemies to lovers, but not really. But kind of. And it's young adult. It is. Okay, so the plot. This is where all the plot holes are, plot, but I'm not gonna really explain them until the end. Because I have a whole spot for it. Okay, let's get into the plot. It's a little difficult to explain, but also not too difficult, but difficult, Because, yeah. So, basically, in this world, you have humans and they're like dreamers, so they dream and stuff, and there's this thing called the corruption, where basically demons take over a human's body because in their dreams. So they have to take this elixir beforehand that stops them from dreaming. However, it doesn't really work on Esmer, and there's a whole lot in her past about the elixir and stuff with her, and then there's stuff with her family that goes on. Yeah, a lot. So she starts having these dreams where she's basically in this other world. It's a part of the dreaming realm, but it's basically where all of the demons are. And she meets the Shadowbringer in his castle. So this castle's in a way, the Shadow Realm. That's what you want to call it. That's honestly kind of what it is. The Nightmare Realm, I don't know. So when they first meet, they don't like each other. He doesn't like her. He thinks she's his enemy. She hates him because she's following the Lightbringer. So she's like, he needs to die. But then, after their first meetings, there's just this abrupt change in him where he's just kind of like, oh, she can set me free. And he's like, oh, I'll definitely trust her with this. She's definitely gonna help me. And when he full on knows she wants to kill him. And he's like, no, she won't. What the hell, dude? What? Dude, what? She's gonna get you. And so, of course, she goes and tells the Lightbringer what his somewhat of a plan is, which he doesn't really have a plan, so that he can kill the Shadowbringer, and so that she can be freed from the fate of death she has, because she's in an alliance with him when he was the one who basically kidnapped her in her dream. So yeah. But, of course, that's not going to happen, and the Lightbringer traps both of them in that place. So yeah, great, right? Then he was like, y'all need to work together. Okay. They both hate each other. Well, really, she hates him. I don't know how he feels. And then the Shadowbringer's like, oh, wait, maybe I can make her my heir. One, she has no training with her power. She doesn't know how to use it. And so she basically just goes free. And the demon, she basically sets the demons free. Accidentally, of course, but like, oof. Now, to make her his heir. So basically she has to go in, she basically has to get trapped into that realm, right? Into that castle. Because he's trapped in that castle. Now to do that, you have to kind of go to sleep on this like slab of rock, and it's an eternal slumber. So you sleep there forever, and your physical body is anchored to the dream realm. And she knows what it is. She knows what it can do. And she's just, all he says to get her to lay on that is, you look tired, you should get some rest. He didn't say like that, but that's basically what he said. And she's like, oh, okay. And how she described it's like, it was an irresistible pull. I'm like, so he can make you do whatever, but like, none of his powers have ever said nothing's ever said he has the power to do that. So you're just like, what? When did we get here? So I don't know. But in this dream realm, she meets a weaver. Weavers are basically ones who make the dreams that people dream when they're asleep. And he gives her his sword and stuff. I'll get more into that later, a little bit. So then, after like 3-ish days, he starts to feel guilty about what he did to her. And he's like, oh, I should go in with her. So he goes in with her. So now they're both there. Yeah. And then the Weaver comes back and is like, the truth is in your memories. That's how you're going to get free. That's how you're going to free yourself, because both of y'all are trapped here. Don't know how, but you're trapped. Oh, great, right? So they go into his memories, because, he's like 5 centuries? 5 centuries worth of memories. More than that. Because that's how long he was trapped in that castle. And she kind of hates him still. Yeah. Both trapped together and she still doesn't like him. But then, as they dive into his memories, they get closer. Like, of course they're going to get closer. And blah, 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 blah. Time goes on. Go into memories. And they realize that the way to destroy the demons, still don't know how it works. They realize that. And, like, it kind of just comes up. I don't know. Yeah. And they're just like, oh, this is how we can stop the corruption, which is what's killing all the people. And some of the things happen, not a lot, but then they wake up from this memory, and they're just able to leave the castle. They were trapped in it. I don't even know how they got out. I don't know. Okay then. And then all the demons are there. And it's kind of like they forgot what they were going to do to the demons, because they were like, we're going to destroy the demons, right? That's what we're going to do. But that's how they're going back. That's why they go back to the castle, but you're still in the dream realm. They're like dream within a dream. That's what it's kind of confusing. But then, so like they it's like they forget that, and then the demons kind of go at them, and they kind of like fight the demons, and then it's like, oh wait, right, this is how we do this. It was weird. It was kind of confusing. I still don't know how it works. I don't know. That's it. That's basically how it ends. Okay. Characters. I don't really have a lot to say about them. Okay, I kind of do, but also I don't at the same time, because there's not a lot about them. And I'm only doing 2 characters. Esmer, who's the main character. She's a strongish character, but also kind of weak at the same time. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but she kind of just lets things happen to her. And her personalities and feelings kind of kept changing in the beginning of the story concerning the Shadowbringer and the Lightbringer. Like, with the Shadowbringer, she's like, I hate you. Oh, maybe I feel bad for you and stuff. And then, oh, I really hate you. And I don't really know what was going on. I didn't know what she was thinking or feeling anymore. But she's always on the Lightbringer side. And there's not this, like, precise point when she realizes, oh, he's not a good person or something. Blah, 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 you know? Like, I shouldn't be on his side. I should be on the Shadowbringer's side. There's not this, like, aha moment or light bulb moment. It just kind of switches at some point over. And I'm just like, there's usually that, like, big moment where you're just like, I'm on the wrong side. But there wasn't that. And, like, that point should be when he traps her in there, in that world, in that dream realm, in that castle. But it's just kind of like, oh, it happened. Like, it's not like an aha moment or anything. No, like, anger or anything. She had no emotion of it, really. She just let it happen. She was like, oh, okay. So you don't see that shift. You don't see any shift in her, really. There's, like, no real character development with any of these characters. And there's no big shift between their feelings for the Shadowbringer either. They just kind of hate each other, and then it went away. Yeah. No build up. The Shadowbringer. Okay. There's not a lot about him. He's the misunderstood hero type. He has none of his memories, too. Like, they're all gone. And he's kind of morally gray, but also not morally gray, because he doesn't really know what's happening to himself, kind of, half the time. And it's fine. He doesn't need to be morally gray. He's kind of just really angry at the world, and he doesn't know why until, like, the end of the book, because he gets all of his dreams/memories back. They're kind of both. They're in the dream realm, but so they're dreams, but they're also memories. I don't know. That's all I have to say about him. There wasn't a lot relation to their relationship now. It just kind of happened, like I said. They hated each other, and then it kind of skipped the whole friends part. Like, it was kind of there, but not really there. It was just kind of like they stopped wanting. Well, it was more like she stopped wanting to kill him because he didn't really want to kill her. But I don't know. It was with him too. It was just kind of like it happened. It was like, oh, it was just kind of like there wasn't. Yeah. It just kind of like he stopped disliking her, and like I don't know. It was really fast. There was no building of it, no tension. And then the first time they kissed, it was kind of sad. Like, nothing really happened. He just kissed her and then was like, okay, go to bed. Like, there was no spark, there was no fire, there was no heat, there was no longing after. Like, oh my god, kiss me again, keep you blah, 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 you know? There was none of that. Nothing. So yeah, it was a really sad kiss. And then they just kind of went to bed after it, like, okay, because, you know, they have to go jump into another memory. Now to the plot hole stuff. So I did search this up on the internet on Google, because I'm not the best at telling you what plot holes are, but I can kind of explain them in a bit. Okay. The world building was underdeveloped. Like, the backstory wasn't explained fully, like, in any of them, really. Like, what the Weavers do and stuff. Like, you know, they create dreams and stuff, but why are they a thing? Why are they here? And there's nothing really big on how the Shadowbringer was imprisoned. Like, we don't actually know how he was imprisoned. There is a chance he imprisoned himself in there. But there's also nothing to say how they got out of the castle. There's nothing to say how they untrap themselves. Yeah. And the character development, mainly in the relationship and with themselves too. The relationship, it didn't have like any emotional build-up. It just kind of happened, which leaves it like, okay, like there's nothing to it. Like it feels unwanted and stuff. I don't know. Not unwanted, but I don't know the word I'm looking for. But it's just like, it's just kind of there. It just happened. Like background stuff. Like there wasn't any lead up to it in a way. Like there's just no emotion to it. And then abilities, they weren't fully discussed or explained. Like Esmer gets a sword. A sword? Yes, a sword. She gets a sword. Why? I don't know. She was just given it. There's no explaining why she has the sword or what it does. It was just kind of like she automatically knew how to use it. It was just like, oh, use it how you're supposed to use it. What? Okay. And so she's never used a sword before. She's really never used a sword before, but she knows how to use it. And how it's explained is that it was she had a raw instinctual knowledge about battle. Okay, and how and why does she have this? Like, I need more explaining on it. I need more on, like, everything. There needs to be more explaining, because things happened, and it didn't go correctly. It happened, but then it didn't happen, but then it was weird. The brain just, I don't know how to explain it, but, yeah. No. Wait, maybe I do want to explain. So, like, something would happen, but then something else would happen that would kind of contradict it. It was weird. Oof. Then, at the end of the last memory that they go into, which after they realize how to destroy the demons. Yes, how to destroy the demons. Instead of continuing on watching this memory, which they should, because this is a pivotal moment in the memory when he basically becomes the Shadowbringer in a way and is trapped in his castle. This is how he gets trapped in his castle. Do they decide to follow? No. You know what they decide to go? They decide to go make out in his room. Like, this could tell you how he was trapped. And you decide to go make out and kiss? Like, you did, what? Like, you're not fully done yet, guys. But yeah, I don't really have any spoilers for this, because that was the end. Spoilers, let's see. Off the top of my head, because I did not write them down. Okay. Spoilers now, I guess. So, the demons, it's not really destroying them, it's more like saving them, and it's more like saving the human souls within them. So that's basically what they figure out. The Lightbringer, he is actually being controlled by a demon too. Who would have known? Kind of guessed it, but I didn't really care to continue on with my guess. It's just like, because he wasn't really, like, he was brought up, but he wasn't, like, presently brought up a lot. It was just in the beginning to the middle of it. So yeah, those are the 2 spoilers that are really, like, big spoilers in this. And there wasn't really any characters, it was just kind of them two. And some others mingled in about. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching. And I don't know what my next book is going to be yet. It may be Maze Runner. Probably is. Thank you. Bye.